What's up, Fight fans? Welcome back to MMA Prophecies, your go-to source for all things MMA. Today we're diving into one of the most intriguing dynamics in the UFC, Dana White's seemingly unshakable obsession with Jon Jones. Whether you love him or hate him, there's no denying that Jon Jones is one of the most controversial and successful careers in MMA history. But why does Dana White keep backing him time and again, despite all the scandals? I mean, let's lean in, let's break it down. First, guys, let's talk about legacy. Jon Jones isn't just another UFC fighter, he's a living legend. The youngest champion in UFC history, a record-shattering 14 title defenses, victories over a who's who of MMA legends. Jon Jones is arguably the greatest of all time, you guys. Dana White is a businessman, and he knows that having the GOAT under his promotion is a massive asset. From a legacy standpoint, Jon Jones elevates the entire UFC brand. Every time he steps into the octagon, it's an event. It's history in the making. And Dana, he wants to be the man who promoted the greatest fighter of all time. Next, let's get to the money. Because at the end of the day, it's always about the bottom line. Jon Jones equals dollar signs. Despite the controversies, or maybe even because of them, Jon Jones has remained a pay-per-view king. His fights consistently draw in huge numbers, translating to massive revenue for the UFC. And Dana White knows that Jon Jones is a proven draw. In a sport where star power matters more than ever, Jon Jones' ability to sell fights makes him invaluable. Every time Dana White announced a Jon Jones fight, the MMA world takes notice, and the fans pay to watch. And that's a win for the UFC. But it's not just the regular fans. Hardcore MMA followers, casual viewers, and even people who don't typically watch combat sports tune in when Jon Jones fights. His name transcends MMA, and that makes him a golden goose for Dana White. Now, let's talk about the redemption narrative. Dana White has a history of giving fighters second chances, sometimes even third and fourth chances. He understands that in combat sports, controversy can be a valuable asset. And talent. Jon Jones is the ultimate bad boy of MMA, with a history of legal troubles, suspensions, and failed drug tests. But every time Jones returns, it's like a new chapter in a redemption story. And who's the orchestrator behind these comebacks? Well, it's Dana White. It's a narrative that keeps people booked, and let's be honest, the UFC thrives on drama. The idea that Jon Jones can overcome his demons and reclaim his throne is compelling, and Dana White knows that. And guys, let's not forget about competition, both inside and outside the UFC. Because other organizations like Bellator and the PFL are always looking to sign big names, especially those who can't bring legitimacy and attention to their promotions. Dana White is well aware that Jon Jones would be a colossal acquisition for any rival organization. Imagine Jon Jones fighting outside the UFC. It's a scenario that Dana White just can't let happen. By keeping Jon Jones in the UFC, even with all his baggage, Dana ensures that his competition does not get their hands on a potential game changer. And let's be real, Dana White loves control. Jon Jones, despite all the headaches, is someone he can keep under the UFC banner, under his influence. Losing Jon Jones to another organization would be a PR nightmare for the UFC, and Dana knows it. Finally, there's a personal investment at stake. Dana White has been involved in Jon Jones' career since the very beginning. He's seen Jon Jones rise to the top, fall, and rise again. There's a level of commitment there, and it's like being invested in a project over a decade, no matter how rocky the road gets. You want to see it through to the end. Plus, let's not forget that Dana White genuinely believes in Jon Jones' talent. He's gone on record multiple times saying that Jones is the best fighter he's ever seen. That kind of praise isn't handed out lightly. It's clear that Dana sees something in Jones that makes him worth the trouble, and that's not going to change anytime soon. So guys, why is Dana White so obsessed with Jon Jones? Well, it's a combination of factors. It's legacy, it's money, redemption, competition, and personal investment. Jon Jones is a polarizing figure, but he's also a vital part of the UFC's history and future. As long as he's fighting, Dana White will be right there backing him up. Love it or hate it, that's just the reality of the fight game. And with Jon Jones' recent return to the heavyweight division, you can bet that Dana White's obsession isn't going away anytime soon. The story of Jon Jones in the UFC is far from over, and we're all here to witness whatever comes next. Alright, fight fans, that's all for today's video. What do you guys think about Dana White's loyalty to Jon Jones? Is it justified? Or is it time for the UFC to move on? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more MMA news and analysis. Until next time, keep those gloves up and your chin down. Peace out, you guys.